You know what time it is.
It's Couch Time with Sonja. Let's go. Hello and welcome. I am Sonja Lowe, and that's Sonja with a J. And welcome to Couch Time with Sonja. This is my beautiful co-host, Delia Cortez.
Hola y bienvenidos a Couch Time with Sonja.
I love hearing you speak in Spanish, girl.
We will teach you that one day.
Thank you. This episode is so special. This is season 2, episode 1, and it was live. Actually, it was honestly live. We had a live studio audience, and it was electrifying that evening.
You know, many of you that were there that night, and it was magical. I cannot imagine the night without you. So for those of you who came out, we thank you.
That night was all about a revealed purpose. Every one of our guests went through special events, tragic events, to reveal their purpose. But it was a wow.
Right. Just like you, that road is difficult. It's going to have challenges, but they overcame, and we get to hear all about it.
You know what? Instead of us talking about it, let's take you to it so you can see for yourself.
What it said was, think about what you're thinking about. Just taking inventory, taking accountability really with where you're allowing your thoughts to go, where you're allowing your emotions to go. Because what we think about is where we kind of lead our emotions to. And so he would literally every 30 minutes. And then after about 3 to 4 weeks, he started setting it for an hour. And it would continue to go off every hour. And then literally 25 years later, twice a day, his phone still goes off. Think about what you're thinking about. And he continues to keep control of what his emotions are and where his mind is leading him to.
Wow, yeah. Melissa, it was so awesome. And I hear you saying he became intentional.
Yes.
And he became intentional and set his mind on the things that he wanted to do to change his life.
That's right. And he set his mind on getting his wife back.
Come on.
He did. So he set out to reconcile our marriage. And because of his bulldog faith and because of his belief, I saw the old man that I fell in love with. And literally, after being divorced and separated for 1.5 years, God miraculously put us back together, reconciled our marriage, and we were completely remarried a second time out of God's goodness, His grace, His power.
Beautiful. So beautiful. And you are glowing. Glowing.
So great.
For the audience, I'd love to, just say, if you cut that, 1.5 years, 1.5 years they were apart, living different lives, yet they managed to make it. They came back together, and here you are today.
That's right.
That shows you the power of never say never, that it's over.
That's right.
Because I hear also, not only was he persistent, you were persistent as well.
That's right.
Because if you wouldn't have been driven to say, you know what, I do want my husband back as well, today you may not.
And the power
of
forgiveness.
You're exactly right.
I had to forgive a lot of things, not only himself, but myself, because I made choices and decisions out of that lifestyle that I had gone down a path of just consequences, one after another, that I don't have time to go into, but just the life that I had led was so dark and so bad that I had to forgive myself, I had to forgive my husband, I had to walk in complete forgiveness for us to be able to reconcile and lead the life that we're living today.
So beautiful. Forgiveness is a powerful word. What would you actually say to our viewers and our audience about forgiveness? What was the most important thing about forgiveness that truly made all the difference?
Well, it was holding me captive. It was holding me in torment because all the things all the dialogue, all the memories were just, it was just consuming me with anger and resentment and bitterness. And I didn't want to live that life. I didn't want to get stuck there. So I made the choice. I choose to move past this. I choose to have a life and a future with my husband, and I couldn't do that without God healing my heart and letting me see. Actually, he allowed me to see my responsible role in the marriage, because I had a part to play in the destruction of my marriage. It wasn't just all one-sided, you know. I was not an easy person to live with, and he opened my eyes literally to the responsible role that I took for the steps that led my husband to maybe him jumping off the cliff. It didn't justify his actions, but I had a responsible role in the destruction of my marriage as well.
It also says a lot about you, because many times as women, they won't always admit, but you admitted even your role.
Right.
I commend you. I commend you.
I couldn't find forgiveness if I didn't take the responsibility for that part. And then when we were married and went back into ministry, 4 months after starting our church, because we knew there was a calling of God in our lives, we immediately said, okay, we're going to take this tragedy, this difficulty that we've faced in our lives, and be able to help people and say, you know what, if God can redeem us, if he can restore us from where we've been and what we've done, he can help you. And so we decided to start a church, and we started The Rock in 1997. And 4 months after we started the church, we were coming back from a family's home, and we were going through an intersection, and a car carrier, diesel truck, was carrying cars. It ran a red light and hit our Geostorm with all 5 of us in the car, the 3 boys and me and my husband. And in that accident, I don't know how it happened, but the seatbelt was wrapped around my legs, and I wound up on top of the boys on the back seat. And in that accident, I broke 5 vertebrae, 2 vertebrae in my neck and 3 vertebrae in my back. I have metal rods and metal plates up and down my spine, and my face was completely crushed. They had to cut me from ear to ear and pull my face off 2 times to totally reconstruct my face. I had no cartilage left in my nose. They had to take skull bone and recreate me a nose with the skull bone to graft me a new nose. They had to cut me inside of my jaw palate here because my teeth were completely hanging. So they had to put plates in here to reattach my palate to my jawbone, and they had to put plates and screws around my eye sockets to hold my eye sockets in place because they were completely crushed. So I'm laying in bed. I'm completely a broken mess. And when I came to, about 48 hours, I became conscious, and the first thing they told me was my 9-year-old twin son had been killed in this car accident.
Jesus.
Yeah.
My God.
And so not only was I broken bodily and emotionally, my heart was crushed. It was the hardest devastation that any mother or any person could ever experience in their life. And so once again, I'm faced with, how do I move past this? How do I get past the point where I'm at right now to not get stuck here? Because I knew that there was a purpose for my life. And I was laying in the hospital bed. I remember I was 9 months in a hospital bed. And I remember thinking, God, why did you leave me here? I wanted to go be with Brandon. And he said specifically, I've left you here for a reason and a purpose. Now use that purpose. Don't waste a tear. God never wastes a pain. So go and use this. And I was so angry. I was like, Satan, you tried to take my marriage. You tried to destroy my life. Now you've taken my son, and you're not going to get me. I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to use it to shout God's glory to the mountaintops, because there is no way that I'm going to let this be something that's going to take me.
Amazing testimony.
If you're catching this, or if you missed any of it, be sure to catch it when it'll be on our website. But her story, as I said, is one of the most riveting I've ever heard. Yes. You've just heard part of it, so you want to follow up with her. Look at her website. Read a little bit more about her life. She obviously, this is a trooper. This is a warrior.
She is definitely a warrior, and look how beautiful she is.
All for the glory of God.
You're exactly right. We can't wait to even talk to you more and have you come again. You keep sharing. You keep telling your story, Melissa, because you are changing lives one person at a time.
That's right.
When we love you.
Thank you.
It's been great, but we'll be right back.
If you would like to be a guest or advertise your business on Couch Time with Sonja, I would love to hear from you. Email me. Visit couchtimewithsonja.com. And then there was life. Born to color outside the lines. Born for such a time as this. You showed up on the planet to produce a dream.
You, yes, you, were born with purpose, with words. Friends, imagine that your dreams can become your reality by the words you speak. It all starts today. It starts with you. Creation, formation, transformation all begin with change. The battle is in your mind, but your voice is your weapon. Speak life, believe, prosperity, creative, daring. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Your future is unwritten. Let's begin writing today. Your words create your world.
CEO Jalea Davis is making history by becoming the youngest African-American female to own a television station in the nation. Along with her colleague, President Crystal Holmes, these women are becoming a part of the 1.3% African-American television station ownership. Get ready for iconic television, an all-new channel coming to your TV on KVVV Channel 15.10, covering Houston's local inspiration, entertainment, health, wellness, fitness, family, visual artists, comedians, and more. Streaming 24/7 on iconictelevision.com. Be sure to stay tuned for the latest and greatest on Iconic Television, where everyone can be iconic.
She played Kimberly Reese. I wonder if everybody remembers that. I used to watch that all the time.
I did too.
Knew every character, even knew the music.
Yes. You know,
But-
she's done small screen, big screen, now live theater.
Yes.
She writes, she produces, she teaches. This is an all-around awesome lady.
And her guest that's with her, her friend, her business partner, he acts and he writes and he produces. And they have some exciting stuff coming up. So let's introduce them. I want to introduce you to Charnel Brown and Mr. Andre Petrie. Hi guys! How are you? Oh, I'm loud. No, you're not.
Hello, beautiful.
No, you're not.
How's everybody doing?
I'll just say we're gonna keep pushing. Okay.
I don't know if you caught that, but she said, "Oh, I'm loud."
I'm so loud.
She has a personality that's 5 times bigger than she is.
Yes. But you know, every time we get the opportunity to sit and talk
Oh,
with you.
this is fun. First of all, I want to say congratulations to you guys. And we're going to say this is going syndicated. This
Yes.
is going to go syndicated.
Amen.
She deserves it, and she's wonderful. I have a heart of gold to both of you guys. And so I wish you all, no, I'm not going to wish, congratulations.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. That's huge, especially coming from you.
Thank you.
Well, gosh, we have so much that we want to talk about. Andre, thank you for coming. We're excited.
No problem. No problem. Hometown.
You're exactly right.
You know, I've heard about you. I've heard your name so often. It's nice to finally get to put a face with the name.
Yes, nice to meet you guys as well, and congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
We claiming a victory.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
Yes. Now you're talking my kind of talk.
That's right.
Well, Charnel, I know, gosh, it's been so much now with you doing different things, your acting school and also your plays.
Yeah.
I mean, you both are doing some things, not just here in Houston, but you're traveling to so many different places,
Yes.
writing plays, acting, producing. Tell us a little bit about how did you really find your purpose? And how did you get to the point where you are today, living out your purpose and living it out strong?
I love that. Actually, yeah. You know something? God is amazing. And I really believe that your desire, what you love to do, He puts it in you. We're not that smart, guys. You know, that desire is there. And then that desire is there. Something you'll do for free, you'll do it. And this is how it came about. And God told me about, back in 2000, to come to Houston because this is going to be the next entertainment set. And so I went, but I didn't get all my instructions. And so I got battered. You know, so I had to go back to LA. Now I'm back here with instructions. You know, and so that's why I'm talking to you today, because everybody's connecting and connecting. Because Houston is amazing to me. I think that this is like the acting, the talent is amazing, the people are amazing, and they just need to know that you guys exist. I mean, what's the third largest city? It makes no sense. And so we're here to fight and let people know how talented these people are out here.
That's awesome. Thanks.
Well, just to reiterate what Charnel was saying, I've been pursuing my music and acting career since I was 4 years old, from Beaumont, Texas. So when I, thank you.
Beaumont's in the house.
Beaumont.
So where we met, I was auditioning for a play. I had no idea what it was. I went in, I walk in, and I see Kimberly Reeves from Different World. I'm like, wow, this is serious. So I audition, and it's just when it's your time and your season, no one but God can put his hands on it.
Right.
So thank you. The funny story is she thought I was too young to play her husband.
Yeah.
But her business partner, ex-business partner at the time, was like, I want to take a shot on him. So we went on the road, and I learned a lot about the business side of it. And so throughout that experience, we became business partners, started Try Win Productions, which means try until you win.
Oh, I
And
love
so
that.
we've been working on that.
Yes.
So you know you have to say that again.
Try Win Productions, and it's spelled TRI-WEN, and it means try, and the dash in between is the struggle, the grind,
Come
the
on now,
perseverance.
Andre.
And you keep going
Yes.
until you win. So I'm excited about what God is doing because I've learned a lot from her. She's not only my business partner, but she's my acting coach, and she keeps it 100 with me. Before I moved to Los Angeles, the one thing she told me was, don't believe the hype. Know who you are and know whose you are. And so, because a lot of people run to LA, New York, and these big cities, and they go out and let other people tell them who they should be instead of just being yourself. And so I advise and encourage anyone, never change who you are. Because God has something special for each and every person.
Wow.
Everybody's has their own individual goals and dreams that God has for them.
Beautiful.
You know, I recall when we met you, when you were on the show in last season, you said that exact same thing.
Yep.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it. I mean, we're all God's children. We all have a purpose.
That's so awesome.
We all have a purpose, and we're all individuals. And so our journeys are different.
I know that one of your particular things that you always say is, nothing happens by accident.
No.
Nothing happens by accident.
Nothing happens. If you are truly connected with God and have a true relationship with them, nothing happens by accident. Everything has a purpose.
So with that being said, you know I'm getting ready to dive deeper, right? So with that being said, there's also always another side. See, everybody sees the good side. They see when you're up and when everything's great, and they see you looking like this today and thinking that everything's wonderful. But we've got to be real.
Oh, yes.
We have to be real.
struggle.
There is
Oh,
a
it's
struggle.
a struggle.
Yes.
I always say that, with that struggle, God always gives you a lily. I don't care what kind of valley you guys know what I'm talking about. When you're in that valley, he gives you that one lily to let you know that I'm still here. But you still have to learn and go out of that valley, and get to your next level. But he always gives you that little lily in the valley.
That's so
Keep
good.
it going.
That's so good. Do you have any particular times that you can remember where the struggle got so hard, so hard, that you wanted to quit?
He's thinking yesterday.
Well, I can
2
tell
days
you one project that we're getting ready to turn into a movie now came from struggle.
Come on.
When I first met Charnel and we did the show and we would do the plays, I would always ask her, how can you cry the way you do? Like on a drop of a dime, and she was like, it's called sense memory. You have to recall a time when you went through something. So to fast forward, moved to LA in 2003. I'm out there, I've worked with Tyler Perry, Dave Talbot, a lot of greats. And so I had to come back in 2012 to shoot, and we wrote a production. So while I was here, my dad passed away, and I lost maybe 8 people in 4 years. So from 2015 to now, I've buried 13 people in my family. So throughout that process, God was like, now it's time for you to really do what I've called you to do. So we co-wrote a story called Changes. And it's called To Win, Sometimes You Have to Lose. So it's based off what I went through. And it's just amazing because that's like therapy for me, because there's certain scenes where I'm talking to my dad and he's letting me know you're going to be okay. So it's just, people don't see that side. They just see us up on the screen, but we all have a story.
But I have a crazy story. Okay, we're gonna keep it real.
Come
right?
on, that's right. That's what we do here,
about
right?
communicating on the couch.
I was auditioning in New York. I was so broke. I used to watch like the Sizzler commercials and look at the steak and go, one day I'm gonna eat that steak.
That's real.
That's real. And so I had like, I think at the time it was like $1 for the Subway. And I had only $1 to get to an audition. And I had a Snickers bar. It was 50 cents at the time, and I got the Snickers bar, and that was my dinner. And I went to the audition, and they told me I wasn't the type, and I was so sad. And then this guy had the nerve to come behind me and steal my Snickers, took it out of my hand. So what do you think I did?
You fought?
Oh,
girl, did you fight?
I ran like that was a steak, and I got my Snickers. The struggle is real.
That was then,
and
this is now.
That's right.
Well, we are getting ready to wrap up this segment,
Yes.
but before we go, I want to hear what's on the horizon. You talked about a story you co-wrote, but what can the audience look for? What's coming up?
Oh, we have a lot of things. Well, I'm in acting school here. A lot of people don't know. I've been here now for 3.5 years, but I wanted to do it very gently. I didn't want to scare people. So we're here, and we're in the Heights, and we do a lot of wonderful things with 7-year-olds on up, beginners. 80% of my actors are working, which is a blessing, and so we love that, and we're doing tons of stuff. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah. Actually, we're working with the mayor because we're possibly be getting a theater in Acres Home.
Oh,
Congratulations!
I'm so excited. So we're working on that.
Oh my gosh! Now
You know, I was
great
praying
news.
before you were saying that we wanted a theater. God said we're going to get a theater. He said on the north side, remember?
Yes.
And I didn't realize the north side was so vast.
Right.
But God said north side, and we got the north side.
And just like you speaking to us, that it shall
It's
be.
going to happen.
It shall be.
It shall be.
Yes, it will.
It shall be. And now
Just keep walking. I tell everyone, just keep walking. God is waiting for you, but you have to step out.
Step out.
That's right.
You don't know unless you try.
That's it.
If you sit there and don't try, you never know what you're going to get. So just step and watch what happens.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go to break, last thing. How do they hear more about you, find more about you? Where do they find you?
Okay.
Well, the name of the company again is TriWin Productions. You can reach us at TriWin Productions. What is it? 22 at yahoo.com.
On Facebook.
We're on Facebook, Instagram. We have an umbrella of stuff. So we have TriWin Productions. Then I have the music group. It's called TriWin Music Group. And we have a clothing line. I mean, we have we have a lot of stuff. So please, when you see us, again, we want to tell stories. So if you have a story you want to tell, let's sit down and talk. Because we have to continue to work with each other. There's too many people that make it and they want to run and hide and wonder why they don't multiply. You can't multiply like that. So we have to work with each other. We have to and continue to encourage each other because everything has a time in the season.
That's right.
So anytime you need us, we are here.
That's right.
We're here, and like I said, we're claiming a victory already.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
I see a whole studio
I'm
for
telling
you,
you.
and we're going to be doing this.
I see it.
I think I like what they're saying. We have so much more. You don't want to miss it. But as we always say, go grab your favorite drink, and we'll see you right back.
Connect with fellow millennials, creatives, professionals, and entrepreneurs within the all-new millennial community. Join in and get connected with local events, volunteer opportunities, and mentorship programs with the next generation. For more information, visit themillennialcommunity.com and become a member today. Membership includes access to special events, networking events, and civic engagement opportunities. Check out our online calendar for upcoming event opportunities, such as Millennial Think Tanks, community building events, the new Sea Live experience, and much more. Members will also be invited to join an online membership group, have opportunities to pair with local students in the Houston community for mentorship programs. Follow us on all social media platforms and get connected with the millennial community today.
If you would like to submit questions or topics for the show, send us an email. Visit couchtimewithsonya.com.
Let's be honest. Making a lukewarm marketing video is fairly simple. But who wants lukewarm marketing? Instead, how about something that conveys your unique message? Well, that takes creativity, and creative is what we are. We design custom logos. We even offer professional print services. Our goal is to showcase how good your idea is, no matter what your product is. Whether it's social media marketing for a new author or the artwork for the book itself, we can help. You've created a new app and need a TV commercial to show it to the world. We can help.
Now they're Stork Advisor.
If you're a photographer trying to show off your work in a unique way, we can help. Need a promo for your TV show? We can help with that too.
It's Couch Time with Sonja.
We're an artistic bunch and we love the creative process. We're not trying to be the best in Houston. We're trying to be the best for you.
We are back. Segment 3 of Couch Time with Sonja, first show of season 2.
Well, I would honestly say our next guest, she has found her purpose really through some unconventional ways.
To say the least.
And she's a mother, she's an entrepreneur, of course she's a wife, but she's so much more than that.
And an author?
Yes, an author. She's a speaker, life coach. Man, I mean, she wears a lot of labels, right?
Yes.
But all good labels. And she's been married, man. She's been with her husband for really over 20 years, but been married for 12.
Yes, she did share that with us. She says 12 married, but 20 altogether. She didn't want to lose those 8 years.
Do you ever want to lose yours, girl? Give me all mine with my man.
Yes.
Because we work at that, right?
For sure.
Come on, we work at that. Well, we can't wait to introduce you, and we want to love on our next guest, Mrs. Clorinda McGrady. Watch this.
Yes.
Hey, cutie.
How are you, beautiful?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, how are you? Hello there.
Welcome.
Hey, y'all.
Come on and join us on the couch, girl.
Yes, I need some couch time.
Well, you know how it is with sisters. We love being on the couch to talk, right?
She seems so quiet, doesn't she? Are you quiet?
I am a natural introvert. I am.
Are you?
Yes, I am. Yeah. So
That's something. And to know that you're a speaker.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
But I'm naturally a introvert. And naturally, I would be good with just sitting in the back row and watching and not saying a word. Yeah.
But sometimes that's not purpose.
Sometimes that's not purpose.
That's so
Purpose
awesome.
is to open your mouth and use your voice sometimes.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Even when it's not easy?
Especially when it's not easy. Because purpose isn't about us,
No,
right?
It's not about us at all. Well, we know that, you know, even though you have all the things that you've done, which is awesome, but let's get real.
Yeah.
You've walked through some adversity during every step of the way for your purpose to finally be revealed.
Yeah.
You know, tell us a little bit, you know, how and what did maybe you had to walk through, and how did you get to the point that you realized, this is my purpose? How did you get there?
Well, I know before we talked a lot about identity.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And identity is a big word, right? I mean, that you can continue to unpack that all day. It's an all-day conversation. But really, I think, you know, when we are living in a world, in a culture of filters and facades and fakes, right? You got to be able to be real with who you are.
Yes.
And it's not always easy, and it's not always comfortable. But when we can figure out our identity, who we are and whose we are, right? Detached from what we have, who we know, where we've been, you know, what we put on Snapchat or Instagram, when you can get bare and naked,
come on,
and you can do it literally if you want to.
That's
But
right.
when you can,
that's right.
You know, strip all that away,
that's right.
and be clear on who you are and comfortable in that, I think that is the first step to walking into that purpose.
And it's not always easy for that.
That's exactly right. Identity is a big word.
Yeah.
It's a big word, and especially in this day and time, wouldn't you say that it is the most important thing is for people to know their identity?
Because you know what, we're living in a world that's sending messages, subtle and obvious messages on who we should be, what we should look like, what we should have, do this, do that. And if you're not clear on that identity, you will get lost in the sauce, right?
Yes.
You will trying to live your life in someone else's lane.
Exactly
you know, God gives us enough grace to run our own race, right? And so I think it's all about being clear on who you are, detached from what the world says you should be.
That's good. Thank you for sharing.
I love how you said that. Don't get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, girl, it's easy to do.
We see it happen every day, right?
Yeah. And particularly with our young girls right now.
Yes.
I was just going to refer
when you are
to
constantly scrolling through Instagram and you're looking at what everyone else looks like, what they have, what their post to look like, what they what they post, it's hard. It can be really hard, and so it's important for us to be able to live that truth and share that truth, particularly to our daughters.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find yourself, we laugh and say, how many filters do we have before we take a picture? How many
Listen,
filters?
I took a picture with someone not long ago, and she goes, before you post that, send it to me. I said, okay, why? She said, I need to fix it first. And I was like, oh, so she sent it back to me. She was all dolled up and cute. I was like, well, you put a filter on me too. I mean, it was a completely, by the time she got done doctoring up, I was like, I want some of that,
Yes.
So but I was like, eh.
But then you see them in person and you're like, ew.
Yeah, but that's why I said, in a world of filters and facades and fakes, who are we? And we're all guilty of it.
Yes, we are. I'm guilty.
We're all
me
guilty
too.
of
Yes.
it. And so we've got to be comfortable in our own skin, whatever that skin is, even if it goes against what the world says we should be.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That was actually something I did this morning. Thinking about it, it's going, you know what? Let people see you when you're bare and be okay with being bare.
Yeah.
That's so much easier said than done.
It is. It is. Because I always envy the people I see on Instagram. They're like, oh, they post this picture of bare, no makeup and pajamas. I'm like, that's cute, but I ain't got there yet. I ain't got that real yet.
And that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
I think we all, Sonja said it, you said, we all do it.
Yeah.
It's just safer.
Yeah.
It's
safe.
safer.
But again, going beneath all of that, just being comfortable and knowing that I don't have to shift who I am. I don't have to shift my core values, what I believe in, what I'm firm on. I don't have to shift that and compromise that to be something that the world is telling me that I should be.
That's good. Well, many people, they're called to do something that's bigger. It's larger than them. They know it. They feel it in their gut.
Yeah.
A few years ago, how did you know that he was calling you to something larger than yourself? Because your foundation is larger than you, and it's bigger, and you knew that vision didn't come from just you. God really planted it there for something larger. How did you get to that point to realize, gosh, my purpose isn't just me, it's not just my family, it is really touching outside children, and I know really women and young girls?
You know what, there have been different little, we will all get these little internal nudges and this little messaging on where we should be and how we should utilize our time, our talent, our treasure, right?
Yes.
And so I remember years back, my family and I, we took a vacation to a particular Caribbean destination that we'd go to quite frequently. And at this particular place, every Tuesday, there's like a big parade at the resort. And so we were all running to get our coveted spot so we could see the parade, and it was always like this big carnival type theme, while the girls with the big, headpieces and all of this stuff. And so we heard the parade coming, the drums, and so we were all excited. And so the parade came, and I was doing my little dance, yay, and then the parade left, and I was like, okay, I'm waiting for the second leg of the parade because it happened a little quicker than what I had remembered. Well, by this time, people were leaving, and I was like, where's everyone going? It's not over, it's not over. My kids were like, it's over. My husband was like, it's over. I'm like, no, it's not over. And so I'm looking around like, is that it? Is it over? Is that it? And so I asked a worker, I said, is that it? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, that's it? It's over? And in that moment, God speaks to me in really weird ways. In that moment, it was like a Twilight Zone effect. I was like on pause button. The same questions that I was asking, is that it? Is it over? It was as though God was tapping me and saying, is that it for you? Is it over for you? Wow. And so what that meant for me, I had been a spectator in my own life. Just like I was a spectator in that parade, I was a spectator in my own life, watching my life go by the same way I was watching that parade. And in that moment, God was telling me, I need to use you in a bigger way than what you're using yourself. And so for me, it was a sort of a wake-up call that sometimes in life, we are a spectator when we need to be a participator, right?
That's
And
good.
so we can watch the parade go by in life, and if we're not cognizant of that internal tap, we'll continue to watch the parade go by, and we'll continue to be a spectator in our own life.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Good nuggets. Good nuggets.
I know you have more to share. And I want you to share when we come back from break.
Okay.
How you push through. And what that term push through meant. And what came of that.
Okay.
So we're going to get ready for a quick break. Again, just a quick break. Go grab a drink. Go take a potty break. And we'll see you right back.
All right.
And then there was life. Born to color outside the lines. Born for such a time as this. You showed up on the planet to produce a dream. You, yes you, were born with purpose, with words. Friends, imagine that your dreams can become your reality by the words you speak. It all starts today. It starts with you. Creation, formation, transformation, all begin with change. The battle is in your mind, but your voice is your weapon. Speak life, believe, prosperity, creative, daring. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Your future is unwritten. Let's begin writing today. Your words create your world.
CEO Jalea Davis is making history by becoming the youngest African American female to own a television station in the nation. Along with her colleague, President Crystal Holmes, these women are becoming a part of the 1.3% African American television station ownership. Get ready for iconic television, an all-new channel coming to your TV on KVVV Channel 15.10, covering Houston's local inspiration, entertainment, health, wellness, fitness, family, visual artists, comedians, and more. Streaming 24/7 on iconictelevision.com. Be sure to stay tuned for the latest and greatest on Iconic Television, where everyone can be iconic.
We are back with the beautiful Clorinda McGrady. Clorinda, we have some questions, and we've asked those particular questions, but I have one that I want you to give some nuggets.
Okay, nuggets.
You know that we have limiting beliefs. As humans, sometimes we have limiting beliefs that just limits us from our dreams and our goals.
Yeah.
What nuggets would you give, especially because I know your Push Through book has so many good nuggets. I want you to talk about your book and really talk about those nuggets that you would give us to stop limiting beliefs.
Great question. How much time do we have, girl?
Let's sit on back.
You know what? Push through is about just that. Push through is a mindset. It's a mantra to push through those limiting beliefs, those sabotaging mindsets, those things that we tell ourselves that we can or can't do. And so my nuggets that I would share is really all about mindset. I love Valerie Burton. She's an author, and in one of her books, she says that the edge that the successful woman has over the average woman is her mindset. So everything goes back to mindset. So a man thinketh, so he is, right? So everything is about what we think, you know. It's all about what we say to ourselves, about ourselves, right? And so I think maybe the first nugget would be to be mindful of your circle. Who's in your circle? Who's in your inner circle? Because those people that we spend time with, they influence us and they affect us, either for the good or for the better, right?
That's exactly
And so really being mindful, because not everyone's going to understand your vision, get your mission, and they're not going to always be on the same page as you. And they're not supposed to, right? Because God gave you that vision. And so you have to be careful on who you allow to sit at your table, give permission to. And so you want someone that can help you give birth to that dream and not sabotage the dream or abandon the dream, right?
That's so
And
good.
so not everyone is going to be excited for you or happy for you.
Right.
Some people will purposely try to sabotage. Others, out of their own negative beliefs and their own insecurities, can sabotage it as well. So I think that's the first nugget, is to just be mindful of your circle. I think the second thing would be to get comfortable saying no and hearing no.
That is good. I think we could
I
put
was
a
gonna
period
say,
right there.
You need to repeat,
Because oftentimes, particularly women, we're nurturers. We want to help. We want to say yes to the whole wide world. Yes, I'll be there. Yes, I'll help you. But oftentimes when we say yes to others, we're really saying no to ourselves and our own dreams.
That is so
because
true.
I found myself going through a season where I said yes to everybody else, but it was really saying no to me and what I needed to do. And so being comfortable saying no to others and getting comfortable hearing no, because we're going to hear no. And don't let, when you hear no, don't let it be about you. You know, sometimes that rejection is really our protection, right?
Yes.
Wait, I'm going to stop you
Yeah.
right there. Again, did you catch that? Sometimes rejection is your protection.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and it's, sometimes no is just no for this season, because maybe there's something that we need to work on. Maybe there's something that we need to do some pruning and shedding our own selves. Maybe it's just not the perfect timing.
Right.
I haven't always taken that. Clearly,
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that. I remember pushing through for even this dream. It was just amazing that there were so many times that you would hear the negative talk,
Yeah.
and then the naysayers.
Yeah.
You know, that would honestly make you believe that way. That,
Yeah.
you know, but man,
Because when we
thank you
hear
for-
no, we
thank
think
you.
automatically it's about me. It's personal.
Yes. Right.
I'm not good enough is the first thing, right?
Yes.
And it's not about that. Maybe you're too good for it, and there's something bigger and better for you.
That's so good.
Yeah. And where was I at? I think the third thing would be monitoring your conversation. We're going to be the first to sabotage our dreams for someone else. It's about what you say to you about you.
That's good right there.
And oftentimes it's, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. What if they don't come? What if they don't support it? What if, what if, what if? And so we're constantly throwing darts at our own selves. So we have to be mindful of what we say, because we know that life and death is in the power of the what? The tongue.
The tongue. That's right.
And so we have the power to either create a situation or destroy it. All by what we say.
The power of the tongue, right?
Yeah.
This right here.
Yeah.
I will have to honestly say, this book has been amazing in my life.
Aww.
It has been amazing in my life. Reading through this book, and especially talking about the sabotaging beliefs, is realizing sometimes that the sabotaging beliefs are not from the outside. Sometimes they're totally from you. I thank you for writing this book, because, of course, finding out how you really got to this book and the countless hours that you've spent writing this book, I thank you for it, because it has definitely made a difference in my life. And I would tell all of our viewers, if you have not, or you know nothing about Miss McGrady, you definitely want to go get her book. Push Through. Man, it has been amazing. Where can people get your book, and where can they know more information about what Miss McGrady is doing, and also you have a foundation?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah. So I have a foundation. It's called Project Push. This word push is just, But PUSH is an acronym. It stands for Purpose-Led, Unstoppable, Success-Bound, and Hope-Filled. Words that I think that we all should be striving to become more of, right? And so Project Push is just that. It's really about empowering and encouraging women to push from where they are to where they want to be in life. And so with that, we do different scholarships, giving back to women and to young girls to help them push into their destiny.
And how do they find that?
You can go to, the easiest would be to go to ClorindaMcGrady.com. Yeah.
Awesome.
And so, yeah.
Well,
And to get the
thank
book as
you.
well. Yeah.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Amazon's bestseller. You want to go get it.
So we have a quick break. We'll have a quick break, and then we will be right back.
Connect with fellow millennials, creatives, professionals, and entrepreneurs within the all-new millennial community. Join in and get connected with local events, volunteer opportunities, and mentorship programs with the next generation. For more information, visit themillennialcommunity.com and become a member today. Membership includes access to special events, networking events, and civic engagement opportunities. Check out our online calendar for upcoming event opportunities, such as Millennial Think Tanks, community building events, the new Sea Live experience, and much more. Members will also be invited to join an online membership group, have opportunities to pair with local students in the Houston community for mentorship programs. Follow us on all social media platforms and get connected with the Millennial Community today.
Let's be honest. Making a lukewarm marketing video is fairly simple. But who wants lukewarm marketing? Instead, how about something that conveys your unique message? Well, that takes creativity, and creative is what we are. We design custom logos. We even offer professional print services. Our goal is to showcase how good your idea is, no matter what your product is. Whether it's social media marketing for a new author or the artwork for the book itself, we can help. You've created a new app and need a TV commercial to show it to the world. We can help.
Now there's Stork Advisor.
If you're a photographer trying to show off your work in a unique way, we can help. Need a promo for your TV show? We can help with that too.
It's Couch Time with Sonja.
We're an artistic bunch and we love the creative process. We're not trying to be the best in Houston. We're trying to be the best for you.
Welcome back. We had a quick break, but we're back with some special announcements.
We do have some special announcements,
Well,
right?
at least one really big one, right?
We are in season 2, our first live audience. I think we should hear from our audience. This has been fun.
It has been so much fun, so much work, but
Yes.
absolutely worth it.
And it's going to even get better, man. It's going to get better. We have a special announcement because moving into our new season, season 2, we said, you know what? We can't have this big couch just by ourselves.
No, it's too big.
We need a new co-host. So walking into season 2, we have a new co-host. Yay! Don't you want to know who he or she is? No, let's say that again. Who he or she is? Right about now, it's so funny because I see my mom and she's probably like, no, not me.
She's ducking over there.
Which would be wonderful.
Yeah.
But I want you to put your hands together for our new co-host, Mrs. Clorinda McGrady. We have been holding this and not wanting to spill the beans.
Yes.
And man, it's pretty amazing. Welcome to the real
Yes.
couch.
Thank you for having me on the couch.
Girl, do you know this new season is going to be so awesome?
It is, and I am truly honored to be sitting here with you beautiful ladies. So thank you for having me.
It's what I would really say is the power of having women that support each other.
Yeah.
Women that are unified. Not that our show is just for women. It's
Yeah.
for women, it's for men, it's for family. Our show is all about family. But the power of having 3 strong women who know who they are and whose they are, that have respect for each other, is beautiful to me.
It is beautiful.
Beautiful to me.
You know, I can't wait for some of the topics that we'll have this new season. You know, we're going to tackle those topics that people are, it's almost taboo. People don't want to, they're afraid to talk about it.
yeah.
They want the answers, but they don't want to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Those, what girlfriends talk about behind closed doors type conversations,
That's
right?
exactly right.
Yeah.
And then also bringing out those conversations that men
Yeah.
would like to be in on the conversation. I can't wait till that all men segment. It's going to be good.
Well, what are some of the segments? We talked about maybe doing the she shed, all about the ladies.
Well, explain what a she shed is, though, because when you first
Yes.
said it, I was like, a she shed, what?
We have all heard about the man cave.
Yeah.
And that will be a segment, guys, into man cave. This is for the ladies.
A she shed is really, if you think about, you have, in homes, they're building these she sheds in the back so that they can go out and have their own private quality time to get out of the house, to go pray, read, do whatever they want to do, sew, crochet, but it's there. Come on, girl, we love
But
dancing.
it's a real thing, because when you first said that, I thought it was like a made-up word.
No.
But I just saw on the news the other day they were talking about that. I was like, oh, that's a real thing.
It is.
It's real.
She thought we made it up.
I was like, oh, that's a cute word that Sonja made up. It was real.
See, why is it that everybody thinks I'm making this up? What is that? But we also have Man Cave, which we're very excited about, because sometimes men want to know what's going on in this mind of ours.
And I love that we're going to hear from their perspective.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be different. And I think one of the topics that's really close to your heart, you really wanted to share, was the health and fitness, just really healthy and what that means.
Absolutely. I just think that, we're in a generation where we are experiencing health issues younger and younger, you know, heart disease and things of that nature. That a long time ago, that used to be an old person's problem. But now we're seeing people in their 20s and 30s with issues that typically people didn't see until later in life. So, yeah.
And we had some conversations behind closed doors that revealed some of that.
Yes.
They're going to love those conversations. And then, of course, we think about the family, the family dynamic. We have our young girls, which we know that you're passionate about, young girls as well. And so are we. The issues that are going on in our young girls' lives and just their identity. We can't wait to really dive in and get some expert advice on that, too.
So season 2 is going to be good.
Or as the young folks say, it's going to be lit.
There you go. So we're so excited that you are a new co-host. You are with us. We are family. We are CTWS. And so we want to do something special just to let you know how much we love you. But you have a special somebody here that's here with you.
I have a special someone here.
Why won't you just go ahead and introduce your special someone?
This fine, handsome thing. My husband. My husband. Come on out here, husband.
We want to introduce, we know there's no introduction that needs to be done. Mr. Tracy McGrady. We're so grateful.
Is she killing it? She's
Yes,
killing
she
it,
is.
right?
It's precious to hear behind the scenes when he says, so she can be dropping some nuggets. I was like, I know that's right. Well, I know that men don't usually like surprises. And I'm married to one, 28 years, who does not like surprises. But there is something that I think that you both will appreciate. And it is special for both of you. Look at the face the client's giving me. Would our special someone come up on stage, please?
Who? What?
We have this particular item. There's a story behind this particular item. When I tell you God does everything for a reason, and he connects every dot. I have been connected with Clorinda for some weird, odd reason. And it's been special, but we knew it was a reason. Well, this entire set, the entire production has been a God thing. We'll let you know later the story behind this entire set, how it happened, which was amazing. But our interior designer, our interior decorator who built the panels, her entire family, is Jessica Brown with JBI Architecture. So I have to say a shout out to her and her entire family. This entire set was built by her, and I'm telling you, this is a custom-made couch just for Couch Time with Sonja.
Yes.
It is nice. I'm like, she can.
Look at and it's big enough for Mr. McGrady. But what's so awesome about it is that the connections that happened. While she was building the set, we're talking about everything. But what was so amazing is that she was talking about painting these panels. And she didn't know about our special co-host, because we've been literally keeping that under wraps to not allow anyone to know that our new co-host was Miss Clorinda McGrady. Well, I had to end up saying, okay, I need to let you know so that you will understand the dynamic and the importance of what's about to happen. So I tell her, and she was like, what did you just say? Did you just say Clorinda McGrady? I said, yes. She said, well, the lady who's been helping me paint, hand paint, and is my friend, paint these panels, did something some years ago.
Years ago.
Years. And it never manifested. Well, it was never given. And I said, are you serious? She said, yes. I went, oh my gosh. She said, I was going to give it away. I was going to do it, sell it on eBay. She said, and something just told me, no, keep it. You did it, keep it. So she did. So the connection came back around that I said, well, you know what? Let this be our welcome gift to not just you, but to your husband. And we want to go ahead and present hand-painted. This is Mrs. Sharice, who painted this years ago.
She now has an opportunity to give it right to you.
That is beautiful.
Oh my God! How beautiful. So we hope you enjoyed this particular segment. We've enjoyed having all of our guests on. And you know what? We want you to continue following. Follow on all of our social media outlets. We're on Facebook. We're also on Instagram. And we're on YouTube as well at Couch Time. That's Couch Time with Sonja with a J.com. Make sure you go find us on all social media outlets. Follow us. There's going to be news all the time. And we want you to stay connected and be a part. We will see you next time.
That was awesome, right?
Did you enjoy it? We want to hear from you. Go onto our website, go on our Facebook and Instagram. Let us know what you're thinking.
The night was so electrifying. But man, the first story, Miss Melissa Goff.
My goodness.
Oh my
crying,
gosh.
laughing.
But man,
everything.
She was so intense. Everybody in the audience was so engaged with what she was saying.
Did you see everyone leaning forward, crying along with us?
And you know us women, we don't need any extra help. And then there was Miss Charnel Brown.
That girl, she is a firecracker.
Yes, she is, but I have to get her. Her energy's like, wow! That is her in a nutshell.
That is totally her.
And oh my gosh, Andre Petrie.
What did he leave the audience with was my favorite thing of the night.
Dream big. What I love so much is he said dream big. And what we want to leave you with here at Couch Time with Sonja is don't shrink for anyone. No matter what anyone is telling you that your dream can happen. It's small, it's big. No. Dream big. It's possible.
Yes. Para ti, tus sueños son posibles.
And then the closer of the night, Clorinda McGrady.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she's such a beautiful soul.
You know, her passion and her heart, it really shows when she's on the couch.
Very much so. Mm-hmm. But did you see how she came out? Oh, girl.
Cue that music.
Her personality is awesome.
And she's a beautiful girl.
Yes, and of course, you know what? We know that you're expecting just as well as we are that she's going to be sitting with us on the couch. But due to life, unexpected,
know.
unexpected foreseen circumstances, that she won't be able to join us. But you know what? It's okay.
That's all right.
You will get to see her. She may pop in and pop out. But what we want you to know, Clorinda, gosh, we love you. And you're always welcome right here on the couch, girl. Don't forget about us.
Come see us when you have some time.
It was such a special evening. Make sure you go back to our season 1, just kind of so you can see the flow of what we talk about here at Couch Time with Sonja. Go to Couch Time with Sonja, and that's Sonja with a J.com. The night was electrifying. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We had a blast.
Again, all I can say, it was a magical night.
It was. And you know what? We can't wait to see you on the next episode. Have a blessed week. Bye.